India News Hour, India's voice to the world. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. Coming up in the next hour. Prime Minister Narendra Modi leads the nation in celebrating the 78th Independence Day from the historic Red Fort, reiterates commitment to make India a developed nation by 2047. PM Modi exhorts state governments to ensure speedy investigation in cases of heinous crime against women, says drive against corruption will go unabated. Prime Minister makes a strong pitch for secular civil code, urges all political parties to agree to the idea of one nation, one election. From land to air to sea, India celebrates the spirit of patriotism and pride in the nation's achievements. Leaders from across the world extend their greetings on the occasion of India's Independence Day, laud bilateral ties with the country. WHO declares MPox outbreak a public health emergency of international concern. Over 15,000 MPox cases and 461 deaths reported across Africa this year. On the occasion of India's 78th Independence Day, Prime Minister Narendra Modi unfurled the national flag at the Red Fort in Delhi for the 11th consecutive time. Following the unfurling of the tricolour, Prime Minister received Rashtriya Salute from Punjab Regiment Military Band. Prime Minister also inspected the Guard of Honour, which comprises 1 officer and 24 personnel, each from the Army, Air Force and Delhi Police.
आपके निरीक्षण के लिए तैयार है श्रीमान।
And addressing the nation from the ramparts of the Red Fort, Prime Minister Modi recalled the sacrifices people made for the nation.
राष्ट्र रक्षा के लिए और राष्ट्र निर्माण के लिए पूरी लगन से, पूरी प्रतिबद्धता के साथ देश की रक्षा भी कर रहे हैं, देश को नई ऊंचाई पर ले जाने का प्रयास भी कर रहे हैं। चाहे वो हमारा किसान हो, हमारा जवान हो, हमारे नौजवानों का हौसला हो, हमारी माताओं बहनों का योगदान हो, दलित हो, पीड़ित हो, शोषित हो, वंचित हो, अभावों के बीच भी स्वतंत्रता के प्रति उसकी निष्ठा, लोकतंत्र के प्रति उसकी श्रद्धा, ये पूरे विश्व के लिए एक प्रेरक घटना है। मैं आज ऐसे सभी को आदरपूर्वक नमन करता हूं।
In his Independence Day address, Prime Minister also expressed sympathies to families affected by natural disasters in the country.
इस वर्ष और पिछले कुछ वर्षों से प्राकृतिक आपदा के कारण हम सबकी चिंता बढ़ती चली जा रही है। प्राकृतिक आपदा में अनेक लोगों ने अपने परिवारजन खोए हैं, संपत्ति खोई है, राष्ट्र ने भी पारावार नुकसान भोगा है। मैं आज उन सब के प्रति अपनी संवेदना व्यक्त करता हूं और मैं उन्हें विश्वास दिलाता हूं कि यह देश इस संकट की घड़ी में उन सब के साथ खड़ा है।
Prime Minister Modi said that we carry the blood of 40 crore people in our veins who had uprooted colonial rule from India.
गुलामी का इतना लंबा कालखंड, जुल्मी शासक, अपरंपार यातनाएं, सामान्य से सामान्य मानवीयों का विश्वास तोड़ने की हर तरकीब है। उसके बावजूद भी उस समय की जनसंख्या के हिसाब से करीब 40 करोड़ देशवासी आजादी के पूर्व 40 करोड़ देशवासियों ने वो जज्बा दिखाया, वो सामर्थ्य दिखाया, वो एक सपना लेकर के चले, एक संकल्प लेकर के चलते रहे, जूझते रहे। एक ही स्वर था, वंदे मातरम। एक ही सपना था, भारत की आजादी का। 40 करोड़ देशवासियों ने, और हमें गर्व है कि हमारी रगों में उन्हीं का खून है। वो हमारे पूर्वज थे। सिर्फ 40 करोड़ लोगों ने दुनिया की महासत्ता को उखाड़ करके फेंक दिया था, गुलामी की जंजीरों को तोड़ दिया था।
Prime Minister said that even after independence, an atmosphere of status quo persisted for decades. It is our government that implemented big reforms to change the lives of people and filled their lives with confidence.
हम ये न भूलें कि देश उस परिस्थितियों से भी दशकों तक भी आजादी के बाद समय बिताया है, जब होती है, चलती है, अरे यार ये तो चलेगा, अरे हमें क्या मेहनत करने की जरूरत है, अरे मामला है अगली पीढ़ी दिखेगी, अरे हमको मौका मिला है यार मौज कर लो, आगे वाला आगे का जाने, हमें क्या कर रहा है, हम अपना समय निकाल दें, अरे नया करने जाओगे कोई बवाल उठ जाए। पता नहीं क्यों देश में स्टेटस को का माहौल बन गया था, जो है उसी से गुजारा कर लो, यही का माहौल बन गया था। और लोग तो कहते हैं अरे भाई छोड़ो अब कुछ होने वाला नहीं है, चलो, ऐसा ही मन बन गया था। हमें इस मानसिकता को तोड़ना था, हमें विश्वास से भरना था। कई लोग तो कहते थे अरे भाई अगली पीढ़ी के लिए काम हम अभी से क्यों करें, हम तो आज का देखें। लेकिन देश का सामान्य नागरिक ये नहीं चाहता, वो बदलाव के इंतजार में था, वो बदलाव चाहता था, उसकी ललक थी, लेकिन उसके सपनों को किसी ने तवज्जो नहीं दी, उसकी आशा आकांक्षाओं को अपेक्षाओं को तवज्जो नहीं दी गई, और उसके कारण वो मुसीबतों को झेलते हुए गुजारा करता रहा।
Prime Minister assured that the government's commitment to reform is unshakable. He also reiterated that the blueprint of growth is here.
गरीब हो, मिडिल क्लास हो, हमारे वंचित लोग हो, हमारी बढ़ती जाती शहरी आबादी हो, हमारे नौजवानों के सपने हो, संकल्प हो, आकांक्षाएं हो, उनके जीवन में बदलाव लाने के लिए रिफॉर्म का मार्ग हमने चुना। और मैं देशवासियों को विश्वास दिलाना चाहता हूं, रिफॉर्म के प्रति हमारी जो प्रतिबद्धता है वो पिंक पेपर के एडिटोरियल के लिए सीमित नहीं है। हमारे रिफॉर्म्स की ये प्रतिबद्धता है, वो 4 दिन की वाहवाही के लिए नहीं है। हमारी रिफॉर्म्स की प्रक्रिया किसी मजबूरी में नहीं है, देश को मजबूती देने के इरादे से है। और इसलिए मैं आज कह सकता हूं, रिफॉर्म का हमारा मार्ग एक प्रकार से ग्रोथ की ब्लूप्रिंट बनी हुई है। ये हमारा रिफॉर्म, ये ग्रोथ, ये बदलाव, ये सिर्फ डिबेट क्लब के लिए, इंटेलेक्चुअल सोसाइटी के लिए, एक्सपर्ट लोगों के लिए सिर्फ चर्चा का विषय नहीं है। साथियों, हमने राजनीतिक मजबूरी के कारण नहीं किया है। हम जो कुछ भी कर रहे हैं वो राजनीति का भागा गुणा करके नहीं सोचते हैं। हमारा एक ही संकल्प होता है, नेशन फर्स्ट, नेशन फर्स्ट, राष्ट्रहित सुप्रीम। ये मेरा भारत महान बने, इसी संकल्प को लेकर के हम कदम उठाते हैं।
Prime Minister highlighted the tremendous progress made in India's infrastructure development over the past decade.
पिछले एक दशक में अभूतपूर्व इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का विकास हुआ है। रेल हो, रोड हो, एयरपोर्ट हो, पोर्ट हो, ब्रॉडबैंड कनेक्टिविटी हो, गांव-गांव नए स्कूल बनाने की बात हो, जंगलों में स्कूल बनाने की बात हो, दूर सुदूर इलाकों में अस्पताल बनाने की बात हो, आरोग्य मंदिर बनाने की बात हो, मेडिकल कॉलेजों का काम हो, आयुष्मान आरोग्य मंदिरों का निर्माण चलता हो, 60,000 से ज्यादा अमृत सरोवर बने हो, 2 लाख पंचायतों तक ऑप्टिकल फाइबर नेटवर्क पहुंचा हो, नहरों का एक बहुत बड़ा जाल बिछाया जा रहा हो, 4 करोड़ पक्के घर बनना, गरीबों को एक नया आश्रय मिलना, 3 करोड़ नए घर बनाने के संकल्प के साथ आगे बढ़ने की हमारी कोशिश हो। हमारा पूर्वी भारत, नॉर्थ ईस्ट, उसका इलाका आज इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के लिए जाने जाना लगा है। और हमने ये जो कायाकल्प किया है, उसका सबसे बड़ा लाभ समाज के उन वर्गों तक हम पहुंचे हैं जो ग्रामीण सड़कें वहां बनी है जिनकी तरफ कोई देखता नहीं था, जिस इलाकों को नहीं देखता था, जिन गांवों को नहीं देखता था। दलित हो, पीड़ित हो, शोषित हो, वंचित हो, पिछड़े हो, आदिवासी हो, जंगल में रहने वाले हो, दूर सुदूर पहाड़ों में रहने वाले हो, सीमावर्ती स्थान पर रहने वाले हो, हमने उनकी आवश्यकता की पूर्ति की। हमारे मछुआरे भाई बहनों की आवश्यकताओं को पूरा करना, हमारे पशुपालकों के जीवन को बदलना, एक प्रकार से सर्वांगीण विकास का प्रयास हमारी नीतियों में रहा, हमारी नीयत में रहा है, हमारे रिफॉर्म में रहा है, हमारे कार्यक्रमों में रहा है, हमारी कार्यशैली में रहा है।
Prime Minister Modi urged all levels of government, from panchayat to central government, to work on improving ease of living at mission mode.
आज देश में करीब करीब 3 लाख संस्थाएं काम कर रही है, चाहे पंचायत हो, नगर पंचायत हो, नगर पालिका हो, महानगर पालिका हो, यूटी हो, स्टेट हो, डिस्ट्रिक्ट हो, छोटी मोटी 3 लाख करीब करीब इकाइयां हैं। अगर ये हमारे 3 लाख इकाइयों को मैं आज आह्वान करता हूं कि अगर आप साल में अपने स्तर पर जिन चीजों की जरूरत है सामान्य मानव के लिए 2 रिफॉर्म करें, ज्यादा नहीं कह रहा हूं मेरे साथियों, एक पंचायत हो, एक राज्य सरकार हो, कोई विभाग हो, सिर्फ एक साल में 2 रिफॉर्म और उसको जमीन पर उतारें। आप देखिए, हम देखते ही देखते एक साल में करीब करीब 25-30 लाख रिफॉर्म कर सकते हैं। जब 25-30 लाख रिफॉर्म हो जाए तब सामान्य मानवीय का विश्वास कितना बढ़ जाएगा, उसकी शक्ति राष्ट्र को नई ऊंचाई पर ले जाने में कितनी काम आएगी। और इसलिए हम अपने स्तर पर होती है चलती से मुक्ति पाकर के बदलावों के लिए आगे आए, हिम्मत के साथ आगे आए। और सामान्य मानवीय की जरूरत, छोटी छोटी जरूरत होती है, पंचायत लेवल पर भी वो मुसीबतें झेल रहा है, उन मुसीबतों से हम मुक्ति दिलाएं तो मुझे पक्का विश्वास है कि हम सपनों को पार कर सकते हैं। मैं जब कोरोना काल को याद करता हूं, कोरोना की वैश्विक महामारी के बीच सबसे तेजी से इकोनॉमी को बेहतर बनाने वाला कोई देश है तो वो देश भारत है। तब लगता है कि हमारी दिशा सही है। जब जात पात मत पंथ ऊपर उठकर हर घर तिरंगा फहराया जाता है, तब लगता है देश की दिशा सही है। आज पूरा देश तिरंगा है, हर घर तिरंगा है। न कोई जात है, न कोई पात है, न कोई ऊंच है, न कोई नीच है, सभी भारतीय है। यही तो हमारी दिशा की ताकत है। जब हम 25 करोड़ लोगों को गरीबी से बाहर निकालते हैं, तब हमारा विश्वास पक्का हो जाता है कि हमने गति को बराबर मेंटेन किया है और सपनों को साकार करना दूर नहीं है। जब 100 से अधिक आकांक्षी जिले अपने अपने राज्य के अच्छे जिलों की स्पर्धा कर रहे हैं, बराबरी करने लगे हैं, तो हमें लगता है कि हमारी दिशा और गति दोनों सामर्थ्यवान है। जब हमारे उन आदिवासी साथियों को वो मदद मिलती है, पीएम जनमन के द्वारा उनको जो योजनाएं पहुंची थी, आबादी बहुत छोटी है, लेकिन बहुत दूर सुदूर इलाकों में छुटपुट परिवार रहते हैं, हमने उनको खोज के निकाला है, उनके लिए चिंता की है। तब लगता है कि संवेदनशीलता से जब काम करते हैं तब संतोष कितना मिलता है। वर्किंग वुमेन के लिए पेड मैटरनिटी लीव 12 हफ्ते से बढ़ा करके 26 हफ्ते कर देते हैं। तब सिर्फ नारी का सम्मान ही करते इतना नहीं है, नारी के प्रति संवेदनशील भाव से निर्णय करते इतना नहीं, लेकिन उसके गोद में जो बच्चा पला है ना, उसको एक उत्तम नागरिक बनाने के लिए माँ की जो जरूरत है उसमें सरकार रुकावट न बने, इस संवेदनशील भावना से उस निर्णय को हम करते हैं।
Earlier, Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid floral tributes to Father of the Nation, Mahatma Gandhi, at Rajghat on Independence Day. Vice President of India extended his Independence Day greetings to the nation. Sharing the message on X, he writes, and I quote, "Heartiest greetings on 78th Independence Day. This momentous day is a celebration of ideals of justice, liberty, equality and fraternity that remain the bedrock of our vibrant democracy, the largest in the world. Let us reflect on the collective journey we have traversed as a nation and work hard to realize the goal of Viksit Bharat by 2047. Union Home Minister Amit Shah extended his greetings on social media platform X. He writes, and I quote, "Heartiest greetings of Independence Day to all the countrymen. Today is the day for all Indians to express their loyalty to the nation, their duty and gratitude to the martyrs. I salute all those freedom fighters who contributed to freeing the country from the shackles of slavery. Come, let us all today take a pledge to take India to the forefront of the world and build the India of the dreams of freedom fighters." Defence Minister Rajnath Singh unfurled the national flag at his residence in New Delhi in celebration of Independence Day. Union Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan unfurled the national flag at his residence in New Delhi today. Union Minister G. Kishan Reddy also unfurled the national flag at his official residence in New Delhi on the occasion of 78th Independence Day. We're getting visuals of celebrations from across the country. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath unfurled the national flag at his residence in the state. And Google Doodle is celebrating India's Independence Day 2024 with an architecture-themed doodle. The doodle has been illustrated by Brinda Zaveri. Google describes India's Independence Day as a celebration of getting freedom from British rule and exploitation of India. Google post said that people of India strongly desired self-governance and sovereignty after nearly 2 centuries of inequality, violence and lack of fundamental rights. It was the perseverance and sacrifices of the country's freedom fighters that paid off. Lal Chowk in Jammu and Kashmir, Srinagar is celebrating Independence Day, marking a significant moment in the region's history. The iconic square, often seen as a symbol of political and cultural centre, gets adorned with vibrant tricolour decorations of flags and lights, creating a festive atmosphere. As fervour of pride and devotion echoes through the streets of Srinagar, Lal Chowk shines as a beacon of hope and unity for all. And renowned Indian artist Sudarshan Patnaik created a stunning sand art to celebrate India's 78th Independence Day. The artwork reflects India's rich cultural heritage. Significance of Independence Day displayed on the golden sands of Puri beach in Odisha. The artwork features a representation of Indian tricolour along with iconic symbols such as Ashok Chakra, doves representing peace and harmony. As India celebrates 78th Independence Day, the Border Security Force (BSF) of India conducted a special Tiranga rally in Poonch. The rally was part of a broader initiative to promote national unity and patriotism in the region. BSF personnel participated carrying the Indian national flag and marching through the streets of Uchad Mendar. The rally was a display of national pride, fostering spirit of unity and strength in the region. And the Indo-Tibetan border police personnel of the Northwest Frontier marked India's 78th Independence Day with a celebration that epitomized resilience and patriotism in challenging environment of Leh Ladakh, braving inhospitable terrain at some 14,000 feet with low oxygen levels. The brave spirit resonates deeply with the values of bravery, endurance and love for the motherland. ITBP personnel celebration in Leh stands as a poignant reminder of relentless dedication of the armed forces who, regardless of the terrain or weather, remain ever ready to defend the nation's freedom and integrity. And on the eve of 78th Independence Day, a group of scuba divers at Kavarati Island, Lakshadweep, hoisted the Tiranga underwater, taking the message of Har Ghar Tiranga to the depths of the ocean, a unique and inspiring tribute, the symbol of unity and national pride. Fascinating visuals there. Moving on, Mahakaleshwar Temple in Ujjain conducted a special Bhasma Aarti to mark the celebrations of India's 78th Independence Day. The Aarti, one of the most revered rituals of the temple, traditionally performed at the break of dawn and is dedicated to Lord Shiva, who is worshipped as Mahakal, the destroyer of time. The priest offered prayers not only for the well-being of the nation, but also to honor sacrifices made by countless freedom fighters who fought for India's independence. The Bhasma Aarti on Independence Day was a special tribute reflecting the unity and resilience of the nation. Lauding the ties between the two nations, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken extended greetings to India on the occasion of Independence Day. In a statement issued on Thursday, Blinken celebrated India's rich and diverse history while expressing optimism for U.S.-India relations. He also emphasized the deep bond shared by India and the United States, founded on mutual commitment to democracy, freedom and human dignity. He extended joyous Independence Day wishes to those celebrating in India and the US and globally to the Indian diaspora. Flag hoisting ceremony at Embassy of India in Japan to celebrate the 78th Independence Day. The event took place at the embassy premises in Tokyo, with gatherings of Indian expatriates, embassy staff and friends of India from the local Japanese community. The celebration at the Embassy of India in Japan was not only a tribute to India's independence, but also a reaffirmation of close and friendly ties between India and Japan. Army Training School in Sri Lanka conducted a remarkable event as Indian and Sri Lankan troops came together to jointly practice yoga in honor of India's 78th Independence Day. The serene surroundings of the training school provided a fitting backdrop for this unique celebration that symbolized physical exercise and also deep cultural ties and shared values between the two nations. Assam Police celebrated Independence Day with spirited motorcycle rally. The rally, which saw enthusiastic participation from police officers and local youth, was a vibrant display of patriotism and community spirit. Participants riding motorcycles adorned with the Indian tricolour flag through the streets of Dhubri, spreading the message of unity and national pride. The rally aimed to encourage citizens to display the national flag at their homes as part of Har Ghar Tiranga initiative. As India commemorates 78th Independence Day today, it reflects also on its major defining moments. One sector that adds tremendously to India's rising and the shining story is space. India is inching towards having an indigenous space station by 2035, with ISRO's mission Gaganyaan gearing up to send Indian astronauts to low Earth orbit on board an Indian launch vehicle, demonstrating India's space prowess. Prime Minister Modi has called it India's stellar decade in space. DD India Sakal Bhatt gets us more.
ये सिर्फ 4 नाम और 4 इंसान नहीं है, ये 140 करोड़ एस्पिरेशंस को स्पेस में ले जाने वाली 4 शक्तियां हैं। 40 वर्ष के बाद कोई भारतीय अंतरिक्ष में जाने वाला है।
As nation celebrates its 78th Independence Day, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's clarion call in February 2024, setting the tone for India's very own space mission with a spectacular launch of Gaganyaan, another significant step cementing India's space prowess globally. ISRO's ambitious mission Gaganyaan will send Indian astronauts on board an Indian launch vehicle, a defining moment in India's space journey. This mission is India's first human space flight program, for which extensive preparations are underway at various ISRO centers across the country. 2 unmanned and 1 manned mission are approved by Government of India under this program. In a big first, 3-member crew will cover over 400-kilometer orbit in 3 days, followed by a safe return to Earth by landing in Indian sea waters. Superior and new technologies comprising engineering and human-centric systems are integrated for Gaganyaan, with human safety accorded paramount importance. Meet India's astronauts designate for Gaganyaan, who will carry in their hearts the aspirations of nation of billions to space. Group Captain Prashant Balakrishnan Nair, Group Captain Ajit Krishan, Group Captain Angad Pratap and Wing Commander Subhanshu Shukla are India's astronauts designate for Gaganyaan, India's first crewed space mission. Crew training for space mission is underway. The astronauts have completed 2 out of 3 semesters of training, which includes training on the space flight basic module in Russia. And before the manned mission, ISRO plans to conduct 2 more uncrewed missions. Another fascinating aspect of Gaganyaan is Vyomitra, female-looking spacefaring humanoid robot astronaut set to fly into space. Vyomitra is part of uncrewed experimental Gaganyaan mission prior to crewed spaceflight mission. India at 78 sees this giant leap for a nation of billions poised to become space superpower, with India marking its territory in space, having India's own space station by 2035.
लेकिन इस बार टाइम भी हमारा है, काउंटडाउन भी हमारा है और रॉकेट भी हमारा है.
We're now taking you live to National War Memorial. India's President Draupadi Murmu as National War Memorial on the occasion of 78th Independence Day to pay homage to the martyrs. Those visuals coming in live from the National War Memorial in New Delhi. President Draupadi Murmu, accompanied by Defence Minister and chiefs of the 3 forces and other officers at the National War Memorial to pay homage to the martyred soldiers. India is celebrating 78th Independence Day today. Earlier today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi unfurled the national flag at the Red Fort. And now, those visuals coming in live from New Delhi, from the National War Memorial, President Draupadi Murmu, accompanied by other dignitaries, at the iconic venue to pay homage to the martyred soldiers. The National War Memorial is a special monument in New Delhi, located at the India Gate Circle, a memorial to honor and remember soldiers of Indian Armed Forces who fought in conflicts of independent India. The names of armed forces personnel martyred during various conflicts in the region, whose names are etched at the memorial, and those visuals, President Draupadi Murmu about to lay a wreath to pay her respects to the fallen soldiers. Those are visuals coming in live from the National War Memorial in New Delhi. President Draupadi Murmu paid her respects and saluted the martyred soldiers. India is celebrating the 78th Independence Day at the iconic location of National War Memorial, accompanied by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and other dignitaries. President Draupadi Murmu at the National War Memorial, New Delhi. On the 78th Independence Day, special programs are being organized in the national capital and across the country, embassies across the world. Prime Minister Narendra Modi earlier delivered his speech at the Red Fort this morning. And here, President Draupadi Murmu at the National War Memorial moments ago, paying her respects to the martyred soldiers. In the backdrop, the iconic India Gate and also the statue of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. President Draupadi Murmu, accompanied by other dignitaries, also entering her thoughts in the visitor's book at the National War Memorial. It's a memorial dedicated to the fallen martyred soldiers of India, of Free India. On the special occasion of Independence Day, President Draupadi Murmu paying a visit to the memorial and paying her respects. We're heading for a short break. There's lots more coming up.
We have with us a very special guest, Olympic bronze medalist Swapnil Kusale. When we talk about you and your journey from TTE to an Olympic bronze medalist.
Journey is quite long and lots of challenges I faced, but it's a good journey for me till now, so I'm happy.
You got a call from Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
He called and say, Namaskar Bhau, kaise aap, like in Marathi language, so it was good to hear that.
You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. The World Health Organization, WHO, has declared MPox global public health emergency for the second time in 2 years, following an outbreak of the viral infection in the Democratic Republic of Congo that has now spread to neighboring countries in Africa. The outbreak in Congo began with the spread of an endemic strain known as Clade 1, but a new variant, Clade 1b, appears to be spreading more easily through routine close contact, including sexual contact. It is spread from Congo to neighboring countries, including Burundi, Kenya, Rwanda and Uganda, triggering action from WHO. More than 17,000 suspected MPox cases have been recorded and 517 deaths have been reported on the African continent so far this year. This is a 160% increase in cases compared to the same period last year. A total of 13 countries have reported MPox cases.
Last week, I announced that I was convening an emergency committee under the international health regulations to evaluate the upsurge of MPox in the Democratic Republic of the Congo and other countries in Africa. Today, the emergency committee met and advised me that, in its view, the situation constitutes a public health emergency of international concern. I have accepted that advice.
Moving on, severe flood is causing destruction in Puerto Rico. On Wednesday, flooding in La Plata River in Tabaja after Hurricane Ernesto hit the Caribbean island. About half of all homes and businesses in Puerto Rico were without power on Wednesday as hurricane churned north into warm waters of the Atlantic after dumping torrential rains on the U.S. territory. More than 725,000 homes and businesses on the island were without electric service, out of a total of about 1.5 million customers. In the United States, Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump hurled a series of personal and policy-based attacks at Democratic rival Kamala Harris in a speech on Wednesday in North Carolina. The former president said that he will win back White House in a historic landslide. He also said several measures designed to bring down consumer prices will be implemented if he wins the presidential election on November 5th.
We're going to defeat Kamala Harris. We're going to win back the White House in a historic landslide, and we're going to take back our country. We're going to take it back. From today and from the day I take the oath of office, we will rapidly drive prices down and make America affordable again. We're going to make it affordable again.
Trump also criticized the current administration's handling of inflation and promised to slash energy and electricity costs by half under his leadership.
I'm announcing today that under my leadership, the United States will commit to the ambitious goal of slashing energy and electricity prices by half, at least half.
Japan's Prime Minister Kishida and Japan's Emperor pledged for the country to never again engage in warfare. The two leaders spoke at annual ceremony marking the anniversary of Japan's surrender, which brought about the end to the Second World War. Nearly 8 decades since the end of conflict tensions between Japan and its neighbors, particularly China and North and South Korea, looms. Members of Kishida's cabinet, including Defense Minister, visited Tokyo's Yasukuni Shrine on Thursday. The shrine is controversial as it honors the ones martyred in the Second World War. Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida pledged that his country would never again engage in warfare, a promise echoed by Japan's Emperor Naruhito. The statements were made during an annual ceremony commemorating the end of the conflict, which remains a pivotal moment in Japanese history, a reflection on the nation's commitment to peace. Despite nearly 8 decades passing since Japan's surrender, the legacy of World War II continues to influence regional relations, particularly with China and North and South Korea. In the latest from Russia-Ukraine conflict, Russian Defense Ministry has released footage showcasing combat operations of Sukhoi 25 fighter jets in Kursk region. Russian jets are flying along the region to repel the Ukrainian forces back inside their border. The conflict has escalated recently, with thousands of Ukrainian soldiers launching a surprise attack across the Russian border last week, resulting in damage and disruptions, compelling Moscow to undertake a large-scale evacuation of nearly 200,000 people from the affected areas. Despite these challenges, Russia claims to have successfully repelled numerous Ukrainian assaults. The ongoing conflict and the strategic moves by both Russia and Ukraine are continuing amid heavy civilian and infrastructure damage. Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump of United States spoke on the phone with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Wednesday. As per reports, the two leaders discussed the Gaza ceasefire and hostage release deal. Trump's call was intended to encourage Netanyahu to take the deal. Late last month, Netanyahu visited United States and met President Joe Biden, Vice President and Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris, and Republican former President Donald Trump. Let's now take a look at other stories making news around the world. Famous Sicilian volcano Mount Etna in Italy erupted lava on Thursday morning. Sky full of ash and dark smoke due to explosion resulted in partial flight disruptions at Catania Airport. Etna, one of the world's most active volcanoes, believed to have longest documented history of eruptions among all other volcanoes. Typhoon Ampel set to arrive in Tokyo, Japan, prompting airlines to cancel hundreds of flights and trains during the Bon holiday, one of the country's busiest travel periods, affecting thousands of passengers. Japan Met Department has issued warnings for high waves and heavy rains, urging public to take precautions. Three-time Emmy winner and dual Oscar nominee, veteran Hollywood actress Gina Rowland has died at the age of 94. Famously known for her work in the crime drama Gloria, A Woman Under the Influence, and The Notebook. A statue honouring Jamaican-born nurse Mary Seacole has been vandalised with paints at London's St Thomas Hospital. Mary, renowned for her contribution in care of soldiers during the Crimean War fought between British Alliance and Russia. Currently, the statue has been barricaded. The police is investigating the matter. You're watching DT India News Hour. Time for all the action from the world of sports. The Indian Olympic Association IOA is now exploring further legal options after Court of Arbitration for Sport dismissed Vinesh Phogat's plea on Wednesday. Indian wrestler Vinesh had filed a plea for a joint silver medal in the women's 50 kg event at the Paris Olympics after her disqualification. The CAS released a statement on Wednesday confirming the dismissal of the application filed by Phogat on August 7th, dealing a significant blow to her Olympic medal hopes. Making a sensational debut for Real Madrid, Kylian Mbappe smashed his first goal to ease past Atalanta 2-0 in UEFA Super Cup in Poland on Thursday. With this, Real Madrid outclassed Atalanta to become the most successful side in UEFA Super Cup's history. Branded as the underdogs in the UEFA Super Cup 2024, Serie A club Atalanta failed to punch above their weight against Los Blancos. The record time UEFA Champions League winners signed Mbappe as a free agent in the lead-up to the new nation season. A former South African fast bowler, Mon Merkel, has been appointed as the new bowling coach of India's cricket team. 39-year-old is the choice of India's chief coach, Gautam Gambhir. Gambhir has worked with him in an Indian Premier League IPL franchise, Lucknow Super Giants. Merkel has played 86 tests, 117 ODIs, 44 T20s for South Africa, with a total of 544 international wickets. India is celebrating 78th Independence Day with profound fervour and zeal. To mark the occasion, iconic historical buildings and places of national importance across the country have been illuminated with tricolour.
वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, ऐ वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू, तू ही मेरी मंजिल है पहचान तुझी से, तू ही मेरी मंजिल है पहचान तुझी से, ऐ वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू, तू ही मेरी मंजिल है पहचान तुझी से, तू ही मेरी मंजिल है पहचान तुझी से, ऐ वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, ऐ वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ.
That's all for this edition of DD India News Hour. Let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. This app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan this QR code on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India News Hour, and our greetings to you on India's Independence Day. Namaskar.